I'm just confused.
What's bopping? Hmm. Probably didn't mean.
Probably didn't mean to send it me.
Yeah.
That would be the assumption. Could have been worse though. As far as like wrong things to send to someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it depends on how you look at it.
Have you ever had a moment where you sent the wrong thing to someone?
No.
No. Hmm.
You gotta like have people to talk to first.
Shoot. So I woke up with two people named Jake. We're just gonna talk now since they're like doing whatever. I woke up with two people named Jacob. Well, they call themselves Jakes. One of them sits directly beside me, and I get a message in the middle of the day from someone named Jacob,
Mhm.
and I'm like, oh, it's the person who sits beside me. So I like start having conversation with them, assuming it's them,
Mhm.
and we get pretty decently far into this whole thing until he takes off his headphones, and I like make a mention of what we've been talking about on Pigeon,
Mhm.
and he goes, "What are you talking about?"
Oh,
I'm like, "Oh,
awkward. Don't do that.
I'm not gonna do that." I think Corey's trying to fix everything.
Yeah. The
White noise machine broke.
yeah, the white noise machine broke. He may be like,
Hard fixing it.
yeah, or plugging his phone up to that and playing music for them personally.
Yeah. I thought about doing that when I was playing against Shawn, honestly.
Yeah, I kind of want to do it.
Wait, I wasn't playing against Shawn. When I was playing against you,
Yeah,
I
you
was
played against me.
doing commentary with Shawn.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Also playing on hooking up. Just like start playing music. What's my Spotify playlist?
Mine is trash.
Dude, mine is the absolute biggest pile of garbage.
Okay, they're going. They were taking some time.
I
That's fine.
That's fine, whatever. Corey gonna just do the nuts. It's Corey. He's never lucky enough to have the nuts.
No, he's gonna discard all of his hollow ones.
He's gonna draw 3 hollowed ones, be excited, shuffle up his hand, discard 3 hollowed ones.
He never looks though. It's hard to be excited when you never look.
Yeah.
Pro tips: never look at your burning inquiries or goblin lores.
I always do.
No.
I'm preparing for how badly it's gonna go.
So that's where you're doing it wrong.
That's fair.
It needs to be a pleasant surprise.
He is gonna have a hollow one though on turn 1.
Oh, he didn't draw a second one though. That's disappointing.
It's disappointing, but not that disappointing. He still has a pretty good start.
You just discard a bunch of lands. You don't really need those.
Who needs lands?
His hand's Bolt, Flameblade Adept land.
Yep, it's an aggressive hand.
It is pretty aggressive.
Sebastian has Path to Exile.
That's a good way to answer a hollow one.
It sure is. And Sebastian just going ahead and showing off the fact that he's going to counter it.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, path it.
You don't want to take that damage. Damage is pretty relevant in this matchup.
Yeah. And unfortunately for Corey, once he gets path, he's not doing a ton.
Correct. Yeah, he'll get to like play a Flameblade and set some neat stuff up with it, potentially.
And the extra land will help him in future turns once he starts like getting to cycle through more cards with his Faithless Suitings. Sebastian's hand is just Terminus to Fairy lands.
That doesn't feel great.
No, not really. Having guaranteed having access to the Teferi on 5 helps out a lot.
Oh yeah.
Teferi's just he's a nuts card really.
Oh yeah, Teferi was borderline a mistake.
I think that there were certain parts of him that honestly the biggest mistake on his card doesn't impact modern, but I think his -3 should not say another. I mean, should say another.
Yeah, not just target, because he can put himself. He can target himself, and then you never deck out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I played the deck that was one of the primary win conditions. It felt like I should not be allowed to do that.
Correct. Feels pretty good having a 3-mana planeswalker though.
Yeah. Just uptaking drawing a card. It's just the best. Gonna see another hollow one hit the board, and Sebastian doesn't really have any way to deal with it. Unfortunately for him.
Discard Bolt land here. What's he
Looks
got? Land, hollow one, Bolt, another Flameblade.
like he's discarding a Flame Blade. It's an interesting decision. It looks like he's just valuing having that burst damage in his hand.
That's fair.
He's essentially just going to try to play the burn strat and attempt to end the game as quickly as possible.
Okay, I can get that. Sebastian's on tap land go.
Corey's gonna be able to theoretically swing in for 7 damage this turn with what he has in graveyard and in play.
Yeah, that's the question I was about to ask. Do you play this Gurmag or
Faithless Looting?
Faithless?
That's rough.
Playing the Gurmag plays into
Supreme Verdict. But the problem is, if you Faithless Looting, I think that you are probably just going to be discarding whatever you draw.
Yeah.
And it's, do you value that 2 damage enough, especially when your opponent might have Lightning Bolt or Lightning Helix?
That's reasonable.
I think I like this play a little bit more. Especially because a lot of the lists are now on Terminus.
Also, this does put Sebastian on dead if he has nothing.
Yeah. I think Sebastian can start doing the Crypt Command thing to save himself a little bit of time.
Well, yeah, he has to.
But he is essentially at 4 life. He doesn't know this yet, but that is how it is.
Yep, Sebastian's going to land go. He's going to do Cryptic Command stuff. Hollow one dancing.
Yep. Corey should probably just
attack.
Go to combat. He's gonna go Cryptic Command it.
Tap my guys, untap my guys because you wanted to respond. Tap my guys.
I love that dance in modern events, because your opponents just always immediately go, all right, go to combat, and before you can even respond, they're just already tapping their dudes, and you're like, please.
You're like, no.
I have 4 mana up.
I like the hot bounce the Gurmag here.
It's essentially killing it.
Yeah, I agree.
If your hand is loaded, if your hand has what you think you need to win the game, it's correct. And I think what he's trying to set up is playing a Teferi or a Jace next turn and tucking or bouncing the hollow one.
Okay.
Maybe.
Corey giving a good old think right here. What do you think he's thinking about?
I'm not entirely for sure, honestly. I think it might have to do something with those Faithless Lootings.
Okay.
That's like the most logical assumption.
Yeah, we just heard a comment from him talking about he's trying to figure out some good sequencing here.
Corey, a very thorough person as far as thinking about Magic goes. He's also been a little out of touch of it recently. Had a lot of other things going on.
Yeah, life does that.
And then his free time he spends organizing this group of
Idiots.
Yep, that's pretty much it. He's just gonna double Lightning Bolt here. He's not gonna try to keep that information hidden. Instead, he's gonna do it when there's no counterspell magic.
Oh yeah. He's gonna double bolt Sebastian while he has no mana, and then he's looks like he's gonna play this Gurmag again.
Yeah. So playing the Gurmag means that Sebastian has to board wipe or path. It forces more than just a single removal spell.
Yes.
Sebastian's lean back in his chair suggests to me that he's having a rough time.
Yes. So what he does here is he casts Brainstorm, the actual card, puts that Terminus on top, and then casts Opt.
Yes, on his opponent's turn.
On his opponent's turn. In Miracles.
So if he didn't have an answer to all of this, then he should have drawn a card off that Cryptic. Is the big thing. Well, he didn't know about the double Lightning Bolt, so never mind.
Yeah. He assumed his opponent would not be able to cast it again.
Yeah. It looks like we're just swinging in for 9.
Ooh.
Oh, he is going for the blindest of opts.
That's not it. Bottom it. I guess it could be a snap.
A Snapcaster would be worth keeping.
Yeah.
Island, not good enough.
Correct.
Alright. So, Corey taking the win there. Hollow One can just do that. No surprises there.
Hey, Chandra.
That's not in this deck at all, is it?
It should be. It really actually shouldn't.
I
It's
honestly
just good
thought
for
about when I brought you this deck, brought you the deck, just giving you the STCC promo Chandra
I would have been so happy.
that is now played. Because I tried to put in when I was putting in some of the KMC perfect cards,
Oh, perfect cards.
it chipped the edge of it when I was putting it in.
That's fair.
It chipped the edge on 3 of them specifically.
Just the sleeve itself, or the act of putting them in, because perfect cards are fairly tight.
Putting it in, I think I don't know when it happened, but they all have like a small little chip on the top right hand corner. I've not had that issue before.
Weird.
It's not great. Thought seizes though.
You like Thoughtseize? Thoughtseize is pretty good.
Against Jeskai control, yeah.
Yeah, seems reasonable. What do you take out? Like some bolts?
Or Flame Wake Phoenix.
Why not Bloodghast?
It's easier for him to keep you off the Flame Wake Phoenix than it is the Bloodcast.
That's reasonable.
I'm also maybe wrong.
The flying attacker,
Okay, that's fair because it doesn't get blocked by Snapcaster Mage.
but that's pretty minor.
Mm-hmm.
In all fairness,
I don't know. Like, I'm no expert on this deck is the big thing. Deck.
I think so. Jeskai's probably gonna bring in. Do they even? Would you bring in Rest in Peace? That's the biggest question.
From Jeskai side,
Yes.
100%.
Okay.
If you have Rest in Peace in your sideboard and you're not bringing it in here, then I have to question if you need it in there. Like, what else do you need in there aside from Dredge? And you want to run a card specifically just for Dredge at that point.
Yeah, it's not always good against Hollow One.
It's not, but the fact that it shuts off so many cards in their deck makes it not something you bring in if you have it.
And if that's the case, then we're probably just cutting a Tasigur, a Gurmag, and a Bolt.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Because leaving Flame Wakes and Bloodghast in are at least cheaper threats that you can actually cast when there's a Rest in Peace in play.
Yeah. From the Jeskai control side, we have the Rest in Peace, and we have the Celestial Purge, we have the Abrade, and is it Staticaster can be neat?
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I would bring in Baneslayer before that.
Baneslayer, oh yeah, Baneslayer, I forgot was in here.
Mm-hmm.
So, the best cards are Baneslayer, Angel, Timely Reinforcement, Celestial Purge, Abrade.
Yep.
Cards that are bad. Counterspells, like Logic Knot, are not their best here. Spell Snare is very limited in what all it can counter, and you can cut down on a Cryptic Command.
That all seems reasonable.
I'm very weird in the fact that in these type of matchups, I cut Search for Escanta a lot. Specifically if it's a matchup where I don't want to be casting it until like turn 4, I don't want to have it in the deck.
Also, you're bringing in Rest in Peace.
Yeah. So any number of those can be cut, and the cards we mentioned are the best to be bringing in.
So yeah, we just take out both Searches, both Knots, and a Spell Snare, bring in a Braid, Purge, both Rest in Pieces, and a Baneslayer.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Alright,
clean and easy.
simple enough.
Y'all are good to go whenever.
Sebastian did lose that game 1, and that is really impactful in this matchup, though.
Yes.
He has a good chance of winning this game, but then game 3 is going to be a little rough.
Yeah, Hollow One is at its best on the play.
Yeah.
This is a weird matchup. I'm not sure how to evaluate it. The limited experience I have with Hollow One, mostly like some FNMs and the 1 IQ I did well in with it. I did not play against a control deck.
So, the thing is, with Miracles versus Hollow One, you both just have a lot of room to high roll each other.
Okay.
Because Terminus can high roll them, and Hollow One can just do Hollow One things. What?
Why did you bring me Leyline?
Alright. So,
I get the thought behind it.
people that bring in Leyline against Jeskai control.
But you know your opponent's gonna bring in Rest in Peace.
Let's talk about it. So,
Okay. Let's talk about this terrible decision.
people like to evaluate the impact of the graveyard from the Jeskai control side.
Yes.
They have Snapcaster Mages, they have Search for His Contest, they have Logic Knots.
Yep.
Snapcaster Mage, it's not worth bringing in a Leyline to shut off Snapcaster Mage by itself. Search for his content in this matchup. There's a decent chance they want to keep it. Same with Logic Knot.
I was really hoping Sebastian would just go rest in peace. Good card, idiot.
So, it's one of those things that like I see people just think that Graveyard Hate's better against Jeskai all the time than it actually is.
No, as a Jeskai player, you're like, cool, my opponent's trying to interact with my graveyard, a card that does nothing.
Like it might hurt me a little bit, but okay.
Yeah.
It's not killing me.
This is a good point. Although I will say, I'm pretty sure that's the foil ley line that's in play.
That is a foil ley line.
So that's cool.
Those fellas are expensive now.
Yeah, a couple dollars. Just a couple.
That's just a couple.
Let's see, Corey's hand looks like Fetch Land, Goblin Lore, a Thoughtseize, a Hollow One, and 2 cards I can't tell. The card between Thoughtseize and Goblin Lore could be Bolt or Faithless. It's probably not Bolt. There's too much like darkness in it.
Yeah.
And
Also, I don't think his Faithless Looting's a foil,
they are not.
and that doesn't look foil. That's a
That's a
Faithless Looting.
Faithless. And I'm trying to figure out. There's also an old face card in his hand, and I'm trying to figure out what the old face card is.
And it's not the Goblin Lore.
No, he has new face Goblin Lores.
Okay.
Let's look at his deck list.
Let's look at his deck list. God, there are so many tabs. All right. Probably not Lightning Bolt, and
What is it? Unless he has like one old face Goblin Lore.
maybe he has an old face Goblin Lore. I think he might have an old face Goblin Lore. That's not it, but
Alright, maybe we'll see it.
and it's none of his basics, and his fetches are all new fetches.
Yeah.
Okay.
His fetches, I believe, are new. Are they new foils? I think they're new foils.
Yes. From when he had the Grixis. Okay, well, those were okay hits for you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a hollow one too?
Oh, maybe it wasn't an
Score.
old-faced card. I don't see an old-faced card in his hand now.
Was it possibly that mountain he played?
That's what it was.
Okay.
Because all I saw was one corner of it, and it kind of looks like an old-faced card. Because it, kind of is.
Yeah. So, I think I'm in the minority here, but I low-key love those more than any of the other unlands.
No, I actually 100% agree with you.
Also, there's also some amount of fanboyism, I guess you'd say, for the fact that the force is done by my favorite Magic artist. And I'm not a huge fan of John Avon.
John Avon's okay.
So, like, this is going to sound really petty.
Okay.
John Avon is a really good artist,
Yeah.
but that's his whole thing. Like, he's a really good artist, and that's it. And
I
that
mean,
sounds really weird.
What other Magic artists have for him?
Huh?
What do other Magic artists have going for him?
All right. So when you look at John Avon art,
Uh-huh.
you look at it and you go, "That's a really good piece of art." It's like high tier. That's probably John Avon.
Okay.
There are some lighting things with his that are unique to him, but most of it is just really good execution.
Yeah.
Whereas if you look at a Nielsen or a Gay or a even Veronique Mariguard art, you just instantly look at them and go, "This artist did it," because they have a style, and that's kind of what I like.
Opinion.
Why?
If you were a fan of Avon, I'm sure you'd be able to tell more.
You can, and like 90% of the time you can. It's mostly just that like his art style is toned down, because like technically speaking, his artwork is better than a lot of other Magic artists from a technical standpoint.
For sure.
And it's a weird conversation, really.
Eh.
Well, it's like a weird topic to like discuss as to like which Magic artist has like the best art style and stuff like that, and what dictates an art style.
Art's all subjective. So.
Yeah, exactly. You know what's not subjective?
This game?
Flame Phoenix.
Yeah. He's gonna have a couple, probably.
He might only bring back one, but I think you just go ham.
You
go
just,
full hog.
You go. Yeah, whole hog.
Oh yeah, right. All right, swinging for 8. Put Sebastian 12. Oh, all right, and Sebastian really needs to draw into a Terminus here.
All right, so what he's gonna do is he's gonna forget to check. Okay.
Oh my
Oh, the
god.
madman.
The natural skill on this man.
I was hoping he would forget to look, put it in his hand, and it was the terminus.
I would have felt bad. This absolute unit of a man.
The
Just
biggest.
Corey can't feel good right now.
No. What does he have? Wait, is that an EE?
That's an E. Why though?
Corey, what did you cut? Could we just end the stream right here, please?
Nah. Please no. Don't leave me alone with my thoughts.
I am in danger.
Rest. All right. Real talk. Let's talk. EE hits. Engineered explosives. Search first contest. Snapcaster mage.
He's probably bringing it in as an answer to Rest in Peace.
I guess that's fair.
Because he has no answers to Rest in Peace.
Did
but
he?
then, like...
I think he got down as Delph threats. Is the only thing I can think of here.
Yeah,
wait, did he win last game with Delph? No, wait. No, this is game 2. Never mind.
Yeah, this is game 2. He did win with Delph threats.
Last game, yes.
Well, a Delph threat. But that's usually all you need.
Yeah. He cast the same Delph bot twice, though.
Correct.
Still won, though. I don't really know what he cut here. Because we saw Faithless Lootings.
We saw Lightning Bolt.
We saw Goblin Lore.
He could have just trimmed on things.
Yeah, he probably just trimmed on things.
So, when I was popping off at the IQ, that's what I generally did most of the times.
Just trim.
There was only one matchup where I straight cut things, and it was the mirror match. I just straight cut Bloodghasts.
Yep, that's what you do.
I kept in Flame Wakes because I thought they were better than Bloodghasts.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And then I got to hear my opponent saying, nope, Bloodghast is better than Flame Wake Phoenix. So I was like, you are wrong. But you beat me, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, almost every single time I sideboarded, I was just like, I'll cut a Bloodghast, I'll cut a Gurmag, I'll cut a Lightning Bolt, and we're good to go.
Yep. Sebastian here had the option to play Teferi or Jace here to answer the Gurmag Angler. I much prefer bringing in the Jace here because you value leaving your Teferi alive much more than your Jace.
Oh yeah. This also lets him like keep up some bluffing interaction.
Yeah. And I think that Corey drew another Leyline.
This is my Leyline's bad.
That or another Delph threat. Neither of those things are good. Okay,
flashback.
Yep, that's reasonable. Draw 2, draws another Delph threat and a Goblin Lore. Goblin Lore not at its worst here. That Leyline, yep. Hit in the graveyard, and...
This absolute unit of a man.
Alright. Yep, Mountain. Okay, great.
Oh,
Goblin Lore. The Madman.
I like it, Corey.
I hope he draws into triple... Nope, he didn't.
He didn't even draw into anything relevant. At least 2 of those were lands.
He's probably going to discard whatever is relevant.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Bless.
Thank you.
Sebastian, just pick 'em.
God, Sebastian, you killing us. You killing us. Oh my God, why not just for the ones he keeps? This required one more roll.
You could also just picked him. Oh, look at that. Land Goblin Lore. He discarded Land Goblin Lore Gurmag?
Yeah. He discarded the one good... Well, Goblin Lore is fine. But now he's gonna have to deal with the Teferi and the Jace and some Celestial Colonnades.
Ugh, we're gonna have to go to game 3.
Oh yeah, no. Corey's dead.
Yeah, here's ya boy, a 3-mana Planeswalker.
And...
that draws cards and untaps lands and deals with permanents and
has a game-winning ult that is super easy to get to.
Yeah.
I've ulted in Modern multiple times.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, though. Ulting in Modern with Chase in play, whew. I'm on a Gatling gun your permanents real quick, if that's cool with you. Alright.
Sebastian deciding what lands to untap.
He untapped his Field of Ruin at first, but no real reason to do that.
What do you think about that hot Teferi errata?
I love it so much.
That, like, barely mattered.
It mattered a lot for comp REL events.
Did it?
Yeah.
Did it really?
Mostly because of the asinine thing of,
Tap my lands and my
I'm going to tap my lands, and then if you don't, your opponent goes, what are you gonna target? And you're like,
It doesn't target.
yep. And
That's
then you have
what
to
you
go
should
through that.
say.
You have to go through that whole thing, and it just saves a step, which I'm a fan of.
Sebastian doing a slightly more reasonable thing here, where he just rolls 3 die. Oh, there's the
Oh,
hollow one.
Corey.
Why don't you let him have anything good, Sebastian? Is that another ley line?
I think it's another ley line.
Hell yeah! I'm glad we brought those in.
And
He drew. Okay. So my theory this whole time was he like brought in 3 ley lines thinking they were his Thoughtseizes, but him drawing Thoughtseize just kind of blows all of that out the window. So I don't know what he's doing.
I'm not gonna give him that much a hard time.
I never do, so I want to.
That's fair. Corey is one of the few people that's completely off limits to me as far as giving a super hard time. And you know how I am. I give everyone a hard time.
You don't really give me a hard time.
That's fair.
Unless we're playing Magic. That's a whole different thing.
I am one of the more disrespectful people as far as like when we're playing. I don't really get salty. I just kind of like do things that are like BMing.
Oh, I get salty.
Yeah. I think like most of the group gets salty real easy.
Yeah. It's just kind of a thing that comes with playing Magic competitively.
I like had a short period where I was getting salty over Magic events, and then I learned how that attitude was bad.
Oh yeah, no, it's bad, and I've been catching myself more lately and trying to prevent it, but sometimes it's just like, it just happens.
Yeah.
It's just like, I should have won this game.
I
I got cheated out of this game.
I honestly am like I'm always fine with when my opponents get a little like upset at the end of the game. I expect it, whatever. You lost.
Oh yeah.
You have some thoughts on it. When they start getting there's a certain line though when people cross that happens occasionally at events where it's like,
Oh yeah. And then I always try to make sure to apologize a couple rounds down.
No, I appreciate you coming back to me later because boy, no one else does.
It's like, one, I don't like getting at that salty anyway, and 2, you're also my friend, so.
Yeah.
And I don't want to discourage people playing me.
Yeah.
I don't want people to go, oh, I'm playing this guy again.
There are
great.
No one in the friend group, not many people in the friend group super have discouraged me from playing with them.
That's good.
So,
we're going to see a flashback face.
Dude, we kind of got sidetracked just talking about our personal lives because, like, Corey's personal life in this game is over.
Oh, yeah. Like, I think at this point, we just see if we can deck ourselves. I like doing that in games.
That being said, I'm going to give my emotional thought from Sebastian's side. When I hit this point of a game, I'm ecstatic.
Oh, yeah. You're both playing. Jace is at 6.
You are living the literal dream and Field of Ruining just to freaking shuffle your deck.
Just to thin your deck, draw some cards.
Shuffle all your brainstorm cards. Like, wait, no, he's been upticking.
He's been upticking. This Jace is going to be an absolute unit.
Like, Corey has so many things to try to deal with his deck that's not designed to deal with many things.
Ooh. Bolt the Teferi.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Would you like to get a basic, Corey? Alright, that's what I thought.
You don't have much of a choice in shuffling. Does he? I guess he discarded one of his mountains.
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, Corey's checking, though.
I think it's 3 and 2, to be honest.
It's 3 and 1.
Is it 3 and 1?
Yeah, I have the list up right
Okay,
here.
that
That's
may
the
have
only reason I
changed.
confidently know.
Okay, that's fair. I didn't look to my left slightly.
I think it did change.
It definitely had 3 and... I feel like it had 3 and 2 when I last played it.
I think that's correct.
But I could be 100% wrong on that.
Yeah. Also, I'm curious, because Sebastian made a couple changes to George Jeskai list. Did he change his sideboard at all? I mean, did he change his mana base at all? He added another island.
That seems fine.
What land did he cut, though? He cut Celestial Colonnade.
That's fine. Like,
I had actually suggested cutting a Celestial Colonnade.
you don't really need 4 Colonnade.
Having 2 in your opening hand is the worst in a lot of matchups.
Yes.
Like, 1 is fine, whatever.
He drew an E.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I don't mean to rag on Core this much. It's just like...
I'm not ragging. I just feel bad at this point because, like, so the thought process with Hollow One is you can bring in sideboard cards that are super situational because you have so many ways to discard them. but it feels bad when you just like are trying to draw into literally anything and you draw into one of your bad sideboard pieces.
Hey, we finally drew like a couple relevant cards.
Yeah, Flamewake Phoenix, pretty decent. He's just gonna keep it because he can cast it.
Yeah, I think that's the better play, honestly.
Yeah, no reason to depend on having a thing resolve.
And at this point, like, rest in peace is getting fine.
Yeah, Corey is doing his best to hold on at this point, but
Counterbounce.
they were just like, once this Jeskai deck assumes full control, it's like, I respect staying in a game super long to try, but there's a certain point where it like you're out of reach.
What is this? What is the ult on Jace? 12? 11?
12.
Okay.
He has one more uptick, and then an ult. Or you can do a classic, which is what I do, where you have a game-winning Planeswalker ult, but you uptick it one more time so that way you can keep your Planeswalker because it's better value.
Stop.
I did that against in a Jeskai against Blue White Control the other week, and my opponent was like, "Why didn't you just ultimate your Teferi that turn?" And I was like, "I don't know. I need it more value because I'm used to standard where sometimes you can lose after ulting the Teferi."
Yeah, that's reasonable. It really shouldn't happen, though.
It shouldn't.
Especially, like, right before rotation. You're just like, you know, let me gear Hulk my memory.
It happened exactly one time.
Okay. I feel like that's about as much as it should happen.
My opponent had 14 lands in play and played smart.
Oh, okay.
They were like, I'm going to wait till I can deploy 3 threats, and all you can do is exile 1 threat a turn, and you're at like 5 life.
Okay.
And I was like, yep, that's how you win. I also wasn't running Commit to Memory.
Well, that's where you were wrong.
Because that's when Dominaria first came out, and people were undervaluing Jace's ultimate.
Jace's ultimate?
Teferi's ultimate.
Okay.
Let me tell you, I think if they had reprinted Jace, he wouldn't have had as much an impact last standard as Teferi did.
You're a madman.
Am I incorrect? Can Jace the Mind Sculptor win the game as well as Teferi can?
So, there's the weird problem of they're going to be played in the same exact deck.
Yeah. No, it gets weird.
And having one makes the other better.
Yeah. It gets really weird. I just think that Teferi was like, specifically with like...
Mistake. I'm going to keep...
I think his minus was a mistake.
I think...
I think that's the only part of him that was a mistake.
I think as he was printed, he is a mistake.
Yeah. I think that...
He should have been 6 mana.
Honestly, like, as someone who's played him a lot, I think the only major mistake was the target any permanent.
So, I'll agree with you on that one was a mistake. I think he should have been 6, and the minus could have been changed.
Yeah. And the errata, I don't know why that had to be errata. I don't know why the uptick wasn't already just what it is after errata, honestly.
I mean, like, with the way Wizards been printing cards and errataing them, like, they probably just forgot.
Yeah, it seems like an oversight. And it's just a really weird oversight.
It also could have been one of those things where, like...
They intended it for it to be...
They intended it for it to be like that, and they're like, oh, people will understand. And then, like, the judges are like, it works this way. You're wrong, Wizards. And Wizards is like, crap.
Yeah, it's mostly just one of those things that it feels like, and this is really weird for, like, a physical card game, it feels like a quality of life change.
Yeah. No,
like,
no,
that's
definitely.
literally it. It's not even a gameplay change, it's just like, thank God for making tournaments slightly. And it's like the smallest percentage, but like that small percentage less of a thing you have to deal with.
Oh, yeah.
Because freaking Magic grinders are really uptight.
Awful.
Yeah. They, like, playing Magic at a competitive level on paper has made me learn to be very specific with how I talk and very careful with what I agree. Like,
Yeah, everyone tries to be a rules lawyer to get free wins because the way competitive Magic works is you benefit from playing the least amount of Magic possible.
So, that's a true statement. As someone who's, like, an IQ grinder, your goal when you're grinding like IQs or PPTQs or any small event that gives out like a couple $100 for winning it, you're just trying to draw into top 8 and then split as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Magic is a game that It's medium level discourages magic, and it's super high level discourages playing more
Yeah.
magic because if you're a super high level, you get more buys.
Yeah.
Um,
Like the last IQ I was doing well at, a my last round opponent had a amazing matchup against me. I don't feel like how I could have won, so he could have played for better seeds, but I asked him about it afterwards because he was fine with drawing. He just wanted the guaranteed in.
like I like that one. I'll understand. Like it. There's no reason to risk it. Is
Yeah,
the thing. When there's like physical money on the line, it's like I can guarantee this money, or I can have a 70% chance of getting this money,
that's fair.
and it's like I made a lot of hand gestures people can't see
We
when they're
should
listening
change
to me.
that. We need a hand cam.
Just a hand cam, no face cam.
I mean, no one wants to see this.
I think a face cam would be. I think a camera for the commentators would be interesting because like some of my bits would be more interesting, and like Sebastian's facial reactions and your facial
Counterpoint.
reactions.
Instead of a face cam,
Yeah.
we just get a camera from behind us.
So we MST3K it.
Yeah.
Also, like that breaks the fourth wall super hard because they're just like, this is how it works.
I think that's what we should do.
Oh, did I? I think I messed up already.
We should probably tell them they're good to go.
Do they not know?
I haven't told them.
Okay, hold on, yeah.
Y'all are good to go whenever.
Usually game 3 just starts right away, so I didn't.
Yeah, but like, might as well tell them.
Yeah. No. I think that they didn't know. Is the thing.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
I think it looks like Corey was getting to that point where he's like, I'm gonna start playing Magic anyway.
Reasonable.
Kind of like how me and Sebastian did in one game because we kind of just forgot.
It happens.
But we were joking around, so
No, that's good. I glare. Oh, Lightning Helix, Opt, Terminus, search for Escanta.
in Corey's hand I see Bloodstain, Flame Blade, looks like a Faithless, some other cards I can't see now.
He's considering sequencing, is what I have to assume here.
Yeah, he's probably just like, if there's a Burning Inquiry or a Lore in his hand, well, if it was Lore, you'd have to play a land anyway. But if he's considering like Burning Inquiry, there's always a consideration of it. Should I play especially with fetch lands, should I play this fetch land first? Because I don't have a guaranteed land, or things like that.
Yeah. So Corey's playing in a very interesting way. And I'm actually a fan of it, kind of. So he waited, like he had the 1 extra mana, so he could have easily Faithless Looting this turn, but he's going in to try to cash in for 2 extra damage over the 2 Flameblade Adepts.
I think this is better.
God.
Flameblade Adept is an absolute house
Yeah.
in this deck.
I also, overlooking it, it's actually going to be an additional 5 damage because he can Faithless Looting and Burning Inquiry.
Yes.
And we know Sebastian has the Lightning Helix, but if he didn't,
It would be a lot of
12 damage.
Just 12 on, turn 3.
Yeah.
And this is the appeal to this deck. Like, if your opponent slips up, doesn't have removal at the right time, they're just dead. But that's like the whole modern format.
So it's a minimally, like it has it has a small amount of mental attacks, and it has the ability to get a lot of free wins.
Yes.
And it's also just like surprisingly resilient.
Alright, so I didn't see this Flame Wake. At first I was considering, do we just play this land and go for this Goblin Lore? Because it's 2 extra damage, but I think we play this land, play this Burning Inquiry, and go in on a Flame Wake.
Yeah.
We could go in on a Gurmag, but I like going on this Flame Wake more.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
And we play the land to guarantee a land drop, because boy does it feel bad when you don't play your land and you discard all your lands to your Burning Inquiries.
Yeah, specifically if you have another play lined up, and Corey here has multiple other plays lined up. So playing the land is correct here, and it looks like he agrees. Probably gonna just use that, cast the Burning Inquiry if he draws a Bloodghast.
If he draws a Bloodghast, he has this fetch land to control when he wants it.
Also, casting this Burning Inquiry before going to attacks forces Sebastian into doing something now. It doesn't technically completely force him, but if he has, say, 1 Lightning Helix or 1 removal spell, he's probably going to cast it.
Yeah.
And that's what we're seeing here.
Yep. Good old Helix. Card good.
Card's real good. One of the main reasons play... Well, that and Lightning Bolt are the main reasons to play Jeskai.
Alright, let's hope that they just choose each other's cards here. No rolling, please. Let's do it the fast way.
If I'm smashing, I pick the left 3.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, he's gonna pick the middle 3.
I like going for middle.
That's
Ooh, another flame wake.
that's so much flame wake right now. So now Corey has to consider: do I want to go in for the Gurmag or do I want to go in for the flame wake?
I like going in on flame wake the most.
Okay. I'm not actually for sure. I'm gonna be honest.
So, let's talk this through. So we play this Gurmag, we're doing less damage this turn, but we are doing more damage next turn when the Gurmag can attack and Flame Wakes have haste anyway.
Yes.
Say Sebastian tries to interact with the graveyard. The Gurmag can't be cast, but then we're getting at least one Flame Wake in play already.
Mm-hmm. So we're guaranteeing that value if he plays a Rest in Peace.
Yeah, it's basically, do we want to potentially do more damage next turn, or do we want to potentially play around graveyard?
Okay.
The graveyard being interacted with.
Now, so
and that's really all up. I feel like that's a personal preference at that point.
Mm-hmm. Faithless Looting doesn't quite get Flame Raid up to 4 power, but he can just do the Gurmag thing.
Bless you.
Thank you. And this one actually does kind of get weird. So, if he plays the Gurmag Angler and tries to go to combat to...
Neat. I don't think that's... I would do it now.
I don't...
So, I personally probably... I would play this Gurmag, tapping 2 actual mana, delving some things, and then just try to bring this Flame Wake back. This E is interesting. I'm curious.
So, what I personally have gone for is Faithless Looting, Gurmag Angler, Flame Wake Phoenix.
Okay. Push as much damage this turn as you can.
Much damage, as much board presence. The fact that, your opponent is on Miracles means you don't have to worry about Supreme Verdict on 4. And it's just the way to get the big pressure in.
With the consideration of Miracles, I almost like holding on to this Gurmag as well. We can cast the Faithless, we discard, probably let EE one of the cards we draw.
Yeah.
Depending on what we draw, of course. Don't deploy this Gurmag, we attack. And then if he casts a Terminus, then you untap, try to resolve your Gurmag, and then you have your Flame Wake in the graveyard to bring back.
Okay, that's reasonable. Yeah, I don't think there was a huge reason to play the Engineer Explosives this turn.
No, it's strange. We'll see what comes of it.
Yeah. There's a chance it ends up being good, but...
And we're considering casting this Faithless. Little things probably should... If we're going to cast Faithless, we should probably cast it before EE.
Yes, Faithless Looting is the first thing you cast. Because it gives you... If you're going to cast a draw... If you know you're casting one spell, and you know you're also casting a draw spell, usually you want to cast the draw spell first, because that spell... What you draw could impact what you are playing. There are ways that this gets changed, but in a vacuum, that's what you want to do.
I believe Corey is considering going for Gurmag here.
I have to imagine that's what he's doing. There's no way he's casting a main phase 2 Faithless Looting. So he's going to do that. He's going to leave Flame Wake Phoenix in the graveyard. This leaves him in a position where if his opponent does have the Terminus, he's going to be in a really rough spot. But that's fine. The line I would have went for would have done the same. Would have had the same impact, that is to say.
Ooh, let's find it. Alright.
Nope.
Try 2.
So Sebastian has 2 hits at Miracle here. Looks like he's not going to hedge his bets. He's just going to Path to Exile, make the correct play.
Yeah, that feels safe. Because this is almost a board where, even if you draw the Terminus there, depending on his hand, if he has like a Jace or something, I probably just don't cast it.
Yeah. He does have another Path to Exile on hand for either that Flame Wake or that Flame Blade. It's probably going to hit that Phoenix.
Yeah.
But if Corey makes the Flame Blade Adept up to 4 power, I think you have to kill the Adept.
Yeah, if say he like
Burning Inquiries,
flashes back this looting, then that's
he needs a flashback looting plus something else to make it 4 power.
If say he has Inquiry and flashbacks to looting, then that's lethal.
Yeah. That's fair. Do we know much else about Sebastian's hand? I think
Hard
that's a
to tell.
cryptic.
There's a bit of glare. Is that a...
That looks like an is it Staticaster,
It does
a
look like a
cryptic, a Path to
Staticaster.
Exile, a Terminus, and an unknown card.
I don't like Staticaster. The only thing it
It
kills is...
kills Bloodghast.
Bloodghast.
Kills Bloodghast and it blocks Flame Wake Phoenix.
No, it don't.
Is it Staticaster not have flying?
Why would it have flying?
Oh, that's right. It has
It's
flash.
The
It's
other,
the other FL
keyword with FL.
Rip me. I've played this card
Yeah.
in multiple formats. Dude, what the heck? Oh, it has haste.
Yeah,
also.
flash haste.
Dude,
Pink
weird.
stuff.
Weird. How that works. Or doesn't.
What's bopping here? Discard some cards.
More Flame Wake Phoenix.
Looks like we went for a flashback looting rather than one from hand, which I feel is fine.
Yeah, it's card neutral instead of being card disadvantage.
Are we doing a before combat? We doing a cryptic?
It smells like a cryptic. It smells like a tap jaw is what I just heard.
Seems reasonable.
Yep, stem some bleeding, draw you some cards, try and set up. This is when you draw the Terminus because it never fails.
I believe is that a Japanese foil? I believe it's a Japanese foil.
I believe it's an island. Nope, that's a cryptic.
No, the cryptic that he cast.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking about the card he drew. Yes, that's a Japanese foil.
Oh, hot. I'm glad I gave that to him.
Yep, he has 2 of them.
Yeah, they were both mine previously.
I said that and then I realized.
No, you good? It's been a long day, Nathan.
He needs to get up to Shawn's level of Japanese foil though.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I also have been kind of talking over some details. I missed how low Sebastian's life total was.
Yeah, Sebastian has been getting hit a lot.
That's because I was like that cryptic command was slightly aggressive, but fine. Because I thought he was at above 10.
No, that cryptic was kind of necessary. He's getting to the point where sure he had one removal spell in hand, but he's still taking some damage, and that leaves him more vulnerable to bolts. Say he had a Snapcaster or Snap Path, Snap Helix is probably better than going for a cryptic there.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it being at that life total and working with what he has in hand, that cryptic was probably his best line. I believe Sebastian's in the tank here.
No, we are having some tank magic. I'm gonna give him a 5-minute extension because there was that period where nothing was happening.
Yeah.
Dude, he is in it. He's set up shop. Taking thoughts.
I'm trying to figure out what his hand is other than a statty.
So,
I believe there's a tournament. Oh, there's a Bane Slayer.
Oh.
He was because the Menace. Because theoretically, Corey can just pop off some.
Theoretically,
some
Corey
looting
can win the
effects.
game.
Does he have a looting to flashback still?
I think so.
Yeah, Sebastian's dead. There's a bolt in Corey's hand.
Oh, there is. Oh, shoot.
Oh yeah, Corey has to attack with Phoenix. Hey, hold up. Phoenix has to attack. Oh shit. We can still rewind.
Ah, shit.
That was. Thank you for pointing that out.
Oh, man.
That's gross.
Corey was so close. Ooh, boy.
Whew.
Flame Wake Phoenix having that must attack clause.
Yeah, that's gross.
Just killing it. Oh my god, that's disgusting. Everything sucks for Corey right now.
Now I wish I could have caught that before we started resolving this Faithless.
We could have also just let him scoop it up and just been like, LOL, rip you.
No. I mean, we could have, but, like, probably should have. Let Corey have this.
Corey deserved a win. We just viciously ripped it from his hands.
I 100% cucked him right there.
To be fair, Rude Disturb 3D kind of got him out of it.
I feel like telling him, like, I forgot, someone reminded me.
Rude Disturb 3D does not need a name.
I don't even know who that is. Probably someone old.
Oh man, feel bad. Feels bad. Feels bread.
Feels bread, man.
Was there a way that Corey could have still won? I don't think there was.
So so the best line probably involves bolting his own Flamewake Phoenix.
He's still not a great spot.
But it's still not great, because then you're down a bolt, and the Baneslayer... But, like, the thing is, the Baneslayer probably can't afford to attack.
Yeah, but it's also not on blocking duty, so it's weird. It stops those Flamewake Phoenixes, though.
You're not wrong.
This whole game's weird.
Yeah. Is that a timely?
It's timely, that's good.
I'm so sorry, Corey.
It's a timely.
I'm so sorry.
Corey went from 100 to 0 real quick.
Oh, that attack. No, why'd you attack? You could have gained more life with timely.
Shoot, I gained life. However,
right. So yeah, we're technically in time here, but there was that period where I kind of forgot to tell them they could go, so we're gonna give them a little bit of an extension. Yep. It's the last match anyway. It's the last game.
If Sebastian doesn't have interaction, how much does Corey need to have go right to win the game?
All right. So how many cards do you have in hand?
He has 3.
All right. So if he has no interaction, he needs to go like
Burning Inquiry,
Street Wraith, Street Wraith, Street Wraith, Street Wraith is a great way to start it.
Alright, wait. Street Wraith, Burning Inquiry, right?
Uh-huh.
That makes this a 5-power dude, right?
Yeah.
Then bring back your, play a land, bring back your 3 Phoenix, and your Blood Gas. That's 13 damage.
Can we fit a bolt in there so the Blood Gas can actually attack? It sure don't have haste right now.
Shoot. We cannot. Not with the way I mentioned it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do
we just start on the Street Wraith anyway?
We have to? Question mark?
So it brings us to 10, which means the Baneslayer is a 2-turn clock.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think that realistically, 2 hits from the Baneslayer is already a 2-turn clock. Because, like, are you going to win if Sebastian gains 10 life?
No.
Yeah, so it's already a 2-turn clock.
Yes, Gast has haste at 10 life.
But Sebastian was at 12 life.
Sebastian was at 12.
Which is, fun fact,
more than 10?
More than 10.
Prove it.
Move.
Yeah, this game over.
Rip.
I'm so sorry,
literally
Corey.
rip.
I'm gonna ban myself from Corey's house. I'm not allowed here. I just ruined everything.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, jeez.
Alright, so what you do is... Did Sebastian announce his trigger? You just put your graveyard back. And then because you ask for the judge, and you're like, my opponent didn't announce his trigger, which means my graveyard's still here, right?
Alright.
And the judge is like, yeah, man.
So, Corey had to go for the good old double bolt the Baneslayer. Hope it's good enough plan.
It might be.
It may or may not be good enough. It's probably not good enough.
God, I would love to see Corey still pull this one off.
One small thing of note. Corey possibly should have cracked the E before casting the Engineer Explosives.
What?
I mean, he should have cracked the EE before casting 2 Lightning Bolts.
Yeah, I believe so.
There's a small, little thing. And swinging.
We attacking.
We smork.
Let's see, Bloodghast, Street Wraith.
Yep.
Got him. Haste.
Ah, yes. The classic.
Finally got him. Oh, Corey, do it.
Yep.
Corey,
yep,
do it.
Yep. Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
XL. Yep.
Heck yeah.
Alright. Bloodghast dead. Alright. Corey finding the line. Bloodghast is living kind of. He's dead, but he's not XL dead. Oh. That's unfortunate.
What?
EE blows up the Bloodghast.
Oh. Shit. No, Corey, I'm so sorry.
This is a feel bad stream, guys. Welcome.
Corey.
Population us. Alright, so hear me out. Corey, faithless, burning inquiries. Goblin lore is goblin lore, burning inquiry, lethal.
Yeah, let's do it.
Easiest lethal I've ever seen.
Was that a hollow one? That's a hollow one. All right, we cycle it. Actually, we cycle a Street Wraith first.
Do we cycle a Street Wraith?
Yeah.
Just accept that we're dead?
Yeah.
To the Celestial Colonnade?
Yeah. We got to go for the high roll.
Yeah.
The highest of rolls.
You might be correct is the funny thing. The funny but also sad thing.
It's also possible we just like cast this hollow one.
Yep, play the hollow one. It potentially makes the Celestial Colonnade attack worse, but not really. Because he has that static caster to block it.
Yeah.
Corey needs to get lucky, or Sebastian needs to make a mistake.
Let me say you around. This is where I make all my subpar plays. This is where I cry.
You'll notice.
This is where my Bloodghast was. Now it's an exile.
I've never felt worse in my life.
Oh.
That's a lie, but not by a ton.
Oh, is there a path on that hollow one? God, Sebastian needs to stop flexing so hard.
So if Sebastian doesn't have another Path XL, he should have possibly pathed the Flameblade Adept.
Alright. We cycle the Street Wraith now.
To assert our dominance?
Yeah. And then you T-pose.
Corey's more of a dab man.
That's right. I did get him to dab a lot in front of Josh McRae.